To this day, 1 year ago, I had the honor to invite to a central commemoration event in Stuttgart. We gathered to mourn the dead, to remember the crimes and atrocities. Today, I'm very pleased to be part of your event. And I may also convey to you the kind regards of Prime Minister of Baden-Württemberg, Mr. Kretschmann. We all remember the terrible images of the atrocities committed by the self-proclaimed Islamic State in the Shingal region. Thousands of people were murdered. Tens of thousands fled into the mountains. These images of violence and executions of men, women, and children remain etched in our memory and will be never forgotten. We are also very aware of the current challenging situation of the Yazidi people. More than 300,000 Yazidis are still living without any future prospects in refugee camps around Duhok. Only a few internally displaced persons have been able to return to their hometowns in recent years due to the unstable security situation. Some of those affected who sought protection in another country are now stranded on the Greek islands with thousands of other refugees. Since the corona crisis reached Iraq in March 2020, a return of the exiled to their cities has become a distant prospect. The economic crisis, which has intensified as a result, leads to the loss of income opportunities, and the psychological situation of the people becomes even worse. But, and this might be the most important thing I can say to you today, the Yazidi people are not alone. The State of Baden-Württemberg will continue its support for the Yazidi survivors. We will continue our support to improve living conditions in the refugee camps. Of course, our humanitarian aid projects in Duhok will continue to run. In view of the corona pandemic, we will also provide emergency corona aid for the partner region Duhok. We will continue our support for the women and children of the Special Quota Project who have been living in Baden-Württemberg for over 5 years by now. And we will continue our support for justice. We very much welcome the fact that the federal prosecutor in Germany has initiated investigations against ISIS for genocide and crimes against humanity. Many Yazidi women from the Special Quota Project have had the courage and have already made themselves available as crucial witnesses. And in April this year, the world's first trial in connection with genocide against the Yazidis was opened at the higher regional court in Frankfurt. One testimony collected by Yazda in Iraq was crucial to initiate the trial. This bears an important message. When we all work together, we can move things to the better. Together, we are aiming to prevent what happened in Iraq and Syria from being concealed or forgotten to future generations. I am convinced that this is a crucial precondition for long-term peace and reconciliation in the region. We know, however, that the war is not yet over, that ISIS is not yet finally defeated, and that there are still captives. That is why, after 6 years, we assure you that we are still at your side today. Your fate will not let us rest. We will not tolerate genocide. We will not forget, and we will do our best to ensure that nothing like this ever happens again. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today, and thank you, Yazda, for putting together this important conference. I wish us all much strength and success for the future and our common commitment for the Yazidi community in the coming years.